Hello and welcome to the show that bravely asks the question, where in America is statistically the worst place to be right now? We're diving headfirst into the murky, crime-infested waters of the top 10 most dangerous cities in the US for 2024. Now, before you start frantically Googling if your city made the list, just know that we're not here to fearmonger. We're here to take a hard, analytical look at the numbers, the contributing factors, and hopefully find some glimmers of hope along the way. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more insightful content. First up, we find ourselves in the Motor City, a place that's seen its fair share of struggles. Detroit, Michigan, unfortunately claims the top spot on our list this year. And trust me, it's not for its impressive collection of vintage cars. We're talking about high crime rates, folks, and not just the petty theft kind. We're talking about violent crime, property crime, a whole smorgasbord of crime that'd make even the most hardened criminal say, yeah, that's a bit much, even for me. Areas like downtown and midtown are trying to make a comeback, but then you've got neighborhoods struggling with poverty, unemployment, and yeah, you guessed it, even more crime. It's a complex issue, and frankly, blaming it all on Eminem's lyrical content just doesn't cut it. Next, we head over to Baltimore, Maryland, a city that's home to delicious crab cakes and unfortunately a whole lot of crime. We're seeing an uptick in violent crime here, folks, and it's not just limited to the dark alleys you see in gritty crime dramas. Law enforcement is stretched thin, trying their best to combat gang violence, drug trafficking, and a general sense of lawlessness that seems to permeate certain parts of the city. It's enough to make even the most enthusiastic Old Bay seasoning enthusiast think twice about ordering another dozen. Hold on to your blue suede shoes, folks, because Memphis, Tennessee is coming in hot at number 3. Now, Memphis has a rich musical history, but unfortunately it also has a history of poverty, inequality, and you guessed it, crime. We're talking about a city where the poverty rate is nearly double the national average, where educational opportunities are limited, and where, frankly, people are struggling just to get by. And when people are struggling, well, sometimes they do desperate things. Now, I'm not condoning criminal behavior, but I am saying that we need to address the root causes of crime if we ever want to see a real change. St. Louis, Missouri, a city known for its iconic arch and sadly its sky-high crime rates. We're looking at a city that's consistently ranked among the most dangerous in the country, and the numbers don't lie, folks. Over the past 5 years, St. Louis has seen a steady increase in both violent and property crime, and it's enough to make you wonder if the Gateway Arch is actually a giant metal detector trying to keep the criminals out. Spoiler alert, it's not. Next up, we head to the southwest, to the land of enchantment, or as it's more commonly known, Albuquerque, New Mexico. Now, Albuquerque is a beautiful city with stunning desert landscapes and a vibrant cultural scene. But it's also a city grappling with a serious drug problem, and as we all know, where there are drugs, there's often crime. We're talking about drug trafficking, property crime to fuel drug habits, and a whole lot of folks caught in a cycle of addiction and despair. It's enough to make you want to call Walter White and Jesse Pinkman for help, but let's be honest, they'd probably just make things worse. Hold on to your surfboards, folks, because we're heading to Stockton, California, a city that's trying to shake off its dangerous reputation. Now, Stockton has been working hard to reduce crime, implementing various initiatives aimed at community policing and social programs. And while there have been some improvements, the city still faces an uphill battle. It's like trying to surf a tsunami, folks. You might catch a few waves, but eventually that big one is going to come crashing down. Next up, we find ourselves in the Big Easy, a city known for its jazz music, Mardi Gras celebrations, and unfortunately a rather high crime rate. New Orleans is a city of contrasts with beautiful architecture and a vibrant cultural scene, but also high levels of poverty and inequality. And when you combine those factors, well, you get a recipe for crime that's about as potent as a hurricane cocktail. Cleveland, Ohio, a city that's given us rock and roll, Drew Carey, and sadly a spot on our list of the most dangerous cities. Now, Cleveland has been working hard to revitalize itself. But like many Rust Belt cities, it's facing challenges with poverty, unemployment, and you guessed it, crime. It's enough to make you want to put on a Browns paper bag and cry, but let's be honest, Browns fans are used to disappointment. Milwaukee, Wisconsin, a city known for its beer, its cheese, and unfortunately its crime rate. Now, Milwaukee has seen some improvements in recent years with a decrease in violent crime, but property crime remains a serious concern. It's like trying to enjoy a beer and a bratwurst while someone's trying to steal your car, folks. Not exactly the relaxing experience you were hoping for. And finally, we end our journey in Oakland, California, a city that's often overshadowed by its more glamorous neighbor, San Francisco. Now, Oakland is a city with a lot to offer, from its diverse population to its vibrant arts scene. But it's also a city grappling with high crime rates. It's like trying to enjoy a picnic in the park while a game of dodgeball breaks out. But instead of dodgeballs, it's bullets. Not exactly the ideal way to spend your afternoon. So there you have it, folks, the top 10 most dangerous cities in the US for 2024. It's a sobering reminder that even in the land of the free, not all streets are paved with opportunity. Some are paved with, well, crime. But hey, let's not end on a completely depressing note. Remember, behind these statistics are real people, real communities, and real stories of resilience. So the next time you hear someone say, America is going to hell in a handbasket, just remember, that handbasket is probably woven from complex societal issues, economic disparities, and a whole lot of other factors that we don't have time to unpack in this video. But hey, maybe in the next one. Until then, stay safe out there, America, and for God's sake, lock your doors.